Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the November 5th meeting of the Lee Conservation Commission. First on the agenda is a review of the minutes of October 1st, 2025. I'm also advising that all attendees here in the courtroom on video, on Zoom, that we have an audio recording is being made of the meeting as well as a video. Any questions about the minutes of October 1st?
Okay. Was it the first? Was it the third or the first?
October 15th.
Okay.
The meeting of October 15th. Any changes? Any edits? Okay, with that being said, I make a motion that we approve the minutes of October 15th, 2025 meeting as written.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hello. Anybody in the audience have any public comments you'd like to make? Okay, first on the agenda is the RDA for Meadow Street over Hop Brook. Request for determination of applicability, the town of Lee, Meadow Street over Hop Brook geotechnical exploratory borings.
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. I am presenting that project.
Okay, and your name?
Is Chad Raymer. I'm a wetland scientist with Ty and Bond.
Thank you.
Yep.
And go ahead, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Can I I requested share my screen?
Too bad it's not touch screen.
So thank you for the introduction. As you mentioned, I will be presenting the request for determination of applicability for the geotechnical exploratory boring project on Meadow Street. The purpose of the project is to collect geotechnical information to assist in the development of alternatives for our future bridge replacement project at the same location. Some of the information we'll be collecting as part of this project is soil overburden, depth to bedrock and bedrock type, quality of bedrock, and that is level of weathering and fracturing, and depth to groundwater, probably among other things as well. As you are mostly aware, geotechnical borings are a exempt activity under 10.02. However, we are within bordering land subject to flooding per the flood insurance study done back in the 1980s. The proposed activities include, let me just go down to the map, be easier to show. Proposed activities include 4 borings done at each edge of the existing bridge. We'll be advancing these borings to either a depth of 40 feet to 100 feet or refusal. And they'll be doing a couple different engineering techniques to collect those samples. And at least 2 of those borings, they'll be collecting bedrock information. As part of this project and as part of many different projects, there will be protective measures included. That what we have in our drawings is straw wattles. If they encounter any groundwater, there'll be a sediment trap as well, and that'll be surrounded by straw wattles as well. So We have a couple built-in protective measures just in case. All of the work will be done within the existing roadway, as you can see here. And that will be done by a truck-mounted drill rig. They'll just back it in, do the plugs in each of these locations, and hopefully stay within the existing roadway the whole way through. For access, we've been working with the town and business up the street on making sure that there will be the road's going to have to be closed while we do this, but we're going to be working with them to make sure that they're not hindered for their business in the future. We're planning or hoping, obviously, if we get a good determination here, to do this project scheduled out 2 weeks from today. And that's the basis of my my project here. I'm happy to open up to any questions.
Good.
I'm here for another.
Oh, okay,
Stand. Stand downstairs.
okay.
Well, I can say that I watched them do those geotech borings for the Mills Creek Bridge.
Mhm.
And it's a relatively clean operation. They take out plugs. How deep are you going to go?
So there's 4 plugs. 2 of them will be going to 40 feet. The other 2 will be going to 100 feet. And of course, if they encounter some sort of bedrock or some other issue where they can't go any deeper, then it'll go to that depth. But the plan is 40 or 100 feet, 2 and 2, hopefully.
It's actually kind of interesting when you see what they bring up in those plugs, because
Mhm.
you know, they might be some old timbers from an old bridge and you'll refill the plugs to road level.
Exactly. Yep. So that we'll backfill all of the stuff that's pulled out will be backfilled into those holes, and it'll go to pre-existing conditions.
And you said you wanted to start this 2 weeks from today?
Yeah, we were hoping to we had it planned out with the drillers for a couple weeks from today, anticipating a negative determination. And they'll work within the 8-hour normal workday. They're hoping to get it done in 1 day. But I'm not too privy with how exactly that'll work either.
Any questions?
Silt barriers and stuff. They'll have silt barriers.
Yes, I believe, sir, you said there was going to be silt barriers in place?
Yep. So we'll have normal protective measures, including straw wattles or similar type. And then like I said, if they encounter groundwater, which I'm not sure if they're anticipating or not, they'll be pumping that into a sediment trap that is also surrounded by some sort of protective measure to make sure that there is no erosion going out into the adjacent resource areas that you can all see here. There's plenty of them around, so we're trying to prevent anything going in there.
Mhm. Your questions, concerns? No. Does anybody out there have any questions or concerns? Tony?
Yeah, I'm just curious how long it's gonna take for all this to completion.
He said a day,
1 day.
a day.
They're anticipating 1 day, yes.
Okay, want to make a motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion. For the Meadow Street over Hot Brook or geotechnical exploration borings from Pine Bond, that it's a -2 determination. Yeah, it's in a protected resource area.
Not filled right to us.
Described in the request is within an area subject to jurisdiction of the act, will not remove, fill, track, or alter that area. Not required.
Mhm. I second the -2 determination. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, sir,
appre-
you're all set.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good luck. I hope the weather stays well.
You and me both. Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda. COC 1375 plus 1395 Cape Street. Request for certificate of compliance. Cape Street, map 21, lot 22, installation of a 1,500 square foot accessory building, minor restoration of riverfront area, and removal of trees from steep slope.
What that, style.
You went to see that?
Yeah. In there, we have requested, site visit to add some plantings. On the banks. That issues.
This condo,
No. It's
No.
Tim Williams.
Tim Williams?
New
Okay.
garage.
Yeah, he put the new garage up there.
Yes. He's always followed everything
Yeah.
that we,
Everything we've asked.
yeah.
In the tree situation, Tony?
I think what we saw, I'm not sure if it was a result of the work they had done, but there was an area that. Even with as little rain as we've had, looked like it's gonna give way, and that's what. Colby was talking about and requesting additional plantings, nothing big, you know, it's
Mhm.
just to hold the soil. From moving anymore.
I believe it was 2 Japanese willows.
Oh, is that what you wrote, or,
That's what they sent pictures, of.
oh, what
plantings
they already did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in, there's pictures of the plantings in the.
Oh.
Right here.
Do they look like the real giant big ones? Because the ones we talked
They're-
about were just shrub-like.
Yeah, they're shrub like really huge.
Good. That caused another problem by doing one thing.
Yeah.
But great.
Okay.
So I have a question. This is a request for certificate of compliance?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were approved for all the work, now they've completed the work and are requesting figures. It basically finishes off.
Oh, okay, so the slope is no longer unstable.
They planted, the 2 Japanese willows there, they left the stumps, the flowers to be left, so they've done everything. That's
Is it stable?
Yeah. And that was.
All right, then I make a motion that we approve the certificate of compliance for 1375 and 1395 Cape Street. The work has been completed and the mediation that we have asked for has been completed.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next on the agenda is the vegetation removal 10 Church Street. Request for the removal of vegetation 10 Church Street, map 23, lot 31, Long Cove Park. Removal of vegetation for the expansion of existing parking lot by the Lee DPW.
Yes, me. So you guys spent a long parking lot.
Yes,
So right now there's space for maybe 3 cars and a lot of the red pines surrounding it are dead. So, and we had some extra funds from an ARPA grant. And we're trying to connect eventually that trail system to the fields in the back. But as part of that, and since we have extra funds, we'd like to improve the parking lot that's currently there, add a kiosk and some signage and expand the lot, take down some of the dead hazard trees. And it's not in a resource area, but in the bylaws it states that any trees on town property that want to come down for you guys. So that's just what we're proposing. Currently all marked out, we wanted to check it out, we marked out today. They'd like that, they will start coming tomorrow.
How tall are these?
The 40, 50 feet, they're just standing, like basically just the trunks left.
How big will they leave the trunk? Is there any value in like leaving them a little taller than something you could sit on? I mean, does it look like there's anybody living in the lower parts of the trunks?
No, it's some bug holes,
Oh.
it's flat ground, so not really, and there's some, like maples and oak, like smaller trees, like 15-20 feet sprinkled in there, so it'll still be, vegetation in there.
Oh, no.
How large is the expansion?
So we want, the initial driveway, it's one tree coming down for the sideline. And then we want to expand it to like 6 cars ideally.
Do you have a,
Or. You know, we just a drawing in the middle. I can make you a little drawing right now.
So there's no wetlands or anything?
No, it's not.
You're not near the brook.
No.
Just big trees. We did trees.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with Buckle already.
Yes, they're dead tree.
Yeah, they're buried down.
If you were to they're only one voice.
Yeah, I really want a few more cars and place like be able to back out and turn around. You really can't once there's people in. And they're gonna, after the trees, they're gonna plant native grasses and reseed area.
Well, there are eyes on this one.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. It was my idea, so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I make a request that we approve the removal of vegetation at 10 Church Street for the expansion of the existing parking lot by the DPW.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Doubling the size.
3 seconds.
So is anybody in the audience here for a specific topic that's not on the agenda?
Yeah, we stood.
Yes, sir.
Number 6.
9:45 Pleasant?
It's number 6 on the agenda.
how did we miss that?
I don't know. We're just too eager.
So next on the agenda, sir, is the RDA for 945 Pleasant Street. Request for determination of applicability, Robert Cunningham. The installation of parking lot light and buried power line.
So I don't know if you all, we were a couple of you have been there. Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Home,
Mhm.
behind it is a parking lot. And one end of it's very dark. So we wanted to put a light there to light up that whole end of the parking lot. There were some other lights that were working, still working. Part of it there. The light we're looking for is not actually posting on the 100-foot buffer to the wet zone. But we need to get power from our shed, and it's about 43 feet away from the wet. So what we're basically looking to do is to dig a trench along the driveway to the light. But that one spot that's near the wetland. Matter of digging it up 18 inches deep, putting in a conduit. Back, all in one day.
Yes, my question would be, who would do the work?
Yes, who's gonna do the work?
We're doing the work ourselves. We're all volunteers.
Okay, and how much light is this? I mean, is there any neighbors or anyone there that would be?
All we have is
affected by the light?
Onyx paper mills. And we're on the other side of the power line.
Yeah.
Power lines go right down through there. And our light is kind of in line with the power line. The other side is the
Justin Souls.
yeah,
Mhm, Yep,
fitness
Yeah.
center there. And I mean, he's close. Our parking lots are, both together there. But
So how long is the trench going to be?
180 feet
And you're gonna dig it by,
machine.
and I'm not too familiar with what kind of machine.
Trench it.
A little excavator
About 8 inches,
that,
about 8 inches in width.
I think he said he's got a bucket. Fighters, 12 inches.
Well,
Whatever his narrow
Could be a
bucket
bucket.
is. You. So it's a, it's one of those scoping machines, it's gonna be like,
They're only going about 18 inches below grade because it's just a electrical line.
Mhm.
So, and it.
And
It's about 3 feet.
And what you're taking out of the ditch will be
Put it back.
returned back in, okay.
and then the post itself goes down 4 feet. Almost.
We don't have jurisdiction over the post itself, that's outside.
That's
their
right.
jurisdiction.
They have to go for the planning board to install it. More like parking lot light. I don't know, I mean, there might be.
Yeah.
That was might be some regulation about.
Public
those.
lighting.
Yeah.
With whom?
Planning
The
board,
planning
the
board.
zoning board, I'm not quite sure
Oh, okay.
whose jurisdiction it would fall under. But Colby will, she'll find that out for you.
Kathy, you were asking about neighbors. And while we were down there doing the site visit, I know I asked you what kind of light it was gonna be. Specifically, I meant the bulb inside of it.
I looked it up and we can choose between 3,000. Get this straight. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 for the color.
Have
And
you,
it's LED,
have you selected the light yet?
yes.
The concerns are to not go to the blue side of the spectrum because of the wildlife impact. So
There's
staying in the
three
yellow
things.
or whatever.
Yeah, so that would be 3,000.
No, the 5,000 is the.
Is the blue light, yes. So 3,000 is, 2,500.
3,000 is getting more towards your old
Home-
yellow
home,
home.
yeah.
So I'm thinking we'll put the difference.
Yeah.
And in fact, they're dimmable. Too, so was ever adding, like, the light's only on 4 hours every Thursday night. And it's not a time. So it's not on any other time.
Just using it when people are there.
We go there.
I think
Yeah,
it is, but that's not
other
our,
times too,
yeah,
if we have a meeting.
Lighting,
Yeah. We can-
we don't deal with light.
They're on the schedule.
Yeah, and you can do it.
Again?
Well,
Okay. I make a motion that we give negative. No, yeah.
Number 6.
Yeah. For the RDA at 945 Pleasant Street, we give a -2 determination for installation of the parking lot and buried power lines. However, we want to check to make sure that the parking lot is subject to approval from planning board or zoning board of appeal, whoever is in charge of that. So that does not fall within our,
and you'll let Colby know when you're gonna do it so she can pop down.
Do it Friday, so. Look at the big and Friday, so.
She's there.
Yeah, she told me I could have it tomorrow, that was one of the things, if I could run down and pick it up. Is there any cost? Is there any cost to?
No. For now, right now, for me to come there,
No, I mean in general, the whole thing.
just for the application, if you're good. Double check.
So you'll be in touch.
Yeah.
And who's, I second
Looks like it'll be
the
dry.
negative, the -2.
That's what they said, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you, folks.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
this one's coming out back.
You might get them up.
That's for Jill.
Which one was that?
They're borings.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys have a spill area? Because it's probably gonna be hitting water like crazy.
They're gonna. If they encounter groundwater, everything's on the street, they're going through the pavement. And if they
It's in
hit
the road.
groundwater, they're gonna,
How did we miss that?
put it into a segment trap with bottles.
It was an RDA.
I'm sorry.
To the ceiling.
No,
Yes, of course you can. It's kind of
Yeah.
ironic,
what?
Oh,
but I'm lending out.
did you bring it up to come?
Yes, I did. I said, Gil.
Okay, is there anything else the board would like to discuss?
Followed up on the 545, leisurely septic thing. And they've been approved by the Board of Health, but haven't been installed yet.
Okay,
I'll be together.
okay.
I love myself.
Do they give you copies of the plans for that you can keep in the file for? So while we were down there at the site inspection for this last DA, the light in the parking lot, the Souls property is right next door. And I don't know, Colby, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the documentation that was on file for that. Did we ask for straw bales and a silt fence?
I don't know, but I can, I'll double check on it.
What does he have there?
Just the bales, and they're not staked,
Are
sufficient.
they overlapping? They're just butt end together?
They're just Dracula killers. Straight down. That. Where is it?
That's a no bueno.
Well, up around there, because it's super squishy, and I've got a lot of tiers of whatever they're doing.
Oh, we keep it down that lake. Swing by.
Yeah. It's Friday when you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure if you know.
So what do we typically do if our documentation said that there should have been a silt fence in there? Do we ask them to put one in?
They have to stop what they're doing, wherever they are, and correct that.
The bed and breakfast by Laurel Lake, I remember looking at that one and they had it in, but it wasn't done right. So they fixed that. This is just missing the silt fence entirely, which when you're that close to the river.
Far back, were they supposed to fill? They look like they filled quite a bit.
I don't remember offhand.
I don't
I don't
think they were
remember
supposed to fill.
Yeah, they weren't filling. Yeah,
There's no. Oh.
You mean the souls? That was definitely fill.
Soul's Fitness?
Yeah, right next to the guy that just came.
The Jehovah's Witness property and then. Souls,
They definitely
pool
put
just
fill
above.
in there.
When?
I don't know, it's really
Because
pretty
they-
obvious that it
They
looks
had to
like-
turn the building, remember? In order for us to approve it, they had to turn the building.
Right.
There's a lot of fill in there. I wasn't here to begin with, so.
The parking lot, I know that was all approved and that didn't expand at all.
Yeah.
So that was all that previously that was approved. They
Yeah.
haven't done any work. on that.
Well, you probably should look, isn't that floodplain?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely fill in there, that's not native, I can tell you that right now, I know it's not, by just looking at it.
Well, you down
It's not native soil.
Well, there was probably excavate, not to, just taking a broader perspective. You have to remember when that site was first developed with under Tom Tupon's, there was a lot of fill brought in at that time, most of which was taken out. However, there was most likely excavation associated with the new building that's going on there now. And the excavation may have turned up not native soil that you're seeing that has been in place there
for quite a
for,
while.
the last 20 years.
So Tom Tupence didn't have to take the fill out of the floodplain?
He took the fill out of the wetland
There was.
and it was manually
what was
retrieved.
it?
Well, you guys know
I
what the site
remember all
like,
that.
looks
Yeah,
like.
so-
Were you there?
20 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah, so you might wanna look at it, because I thought it was a lot of fill. It looked like they brought fill into me.
Because it's been a lot of things.
Yes,
Yeah.
But you guys know what it was before. I don't.
Mhm,
To me, I know that, that's just not native soil.
mhm.
There's no way, but.
Yeah.
And it was high, it was probably about this high.
Was it a spoil pile or was it?
Hard to tell.
It looked like it was all the same
see it?
material.
It did when we were down there looking at where the light in the trench would be for the Jehovah's Witness property. So, I glanced over, for me, it was a silt fence, and then I noticed that there was, stuff disturbed there, but they're putting in a building, so. They're, prepping the site, because it's not gonna be a building with a basement, right?
Right.
It's
No,
a slab.
It'll be on a slab, but
Yep.
the addition's gonna be 5 feet below the level of the original design.
Oh,
But if you guys would know if the fill didn't leave or they added. I can't tell you, I wasn't there.
I can meet you.
but I think that does all go back to when Tom took contact.
9:30.
Yeah, but if you had them take the fill out.
I wasn't here at the time, but I know that Tom owned it at that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it went from his building to the daycare to the doggy daycare.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many iterations.
And when it was the
We didn't
daycare, that
before.
parking lot
to
was
me, it looked
always.
like there was about 2 or 3 feet, maybe.
And then
4
would be
feet.
No. What?
moving up.
Yeah, that's farther up, yeah, that's farther up.
Even the Jehovah Witness land, they're saying it's not wetland, I'm pretty surprised if it's not, because they filled that, it's a big grass area. But you guys know it, I don't go back there. I know that looked like it was all filled too.
Yeah.
Well, all of 102 is filled.
Filled it At one
Mhm.
point.
Well, there you go,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Well, the only reason I would be concerned is because of floodplain.
Mhm.
And we need a floodplain map because I think when we looked at it, it hit part of that parking lot, but not all of it,
Yeah.
if I
There
remember
was a
correctly.
corner.
And I think that if you go back into the file,
Yeah.
you'll see that.
Mhm.
I think it was marked, so not the whole parking lot is in the floodplain.
Oh, you mean in Jehovah's?
All the, all the.
No.
No, the Souls
All of
property.
those, this is
All the-
Souls property,
Oh,
Jehovah's Witness
really?
property,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it,
Yeah,
If we walk
Very good,
that.
like, increase about like 40 feet, like vertical
Mhm.
from the river to those properties, give or take. So it kind of like cuts like that diagonally across the back.
to that corner, yeah. And that's what I'm remembering from when he actually brought it to us. So,
so that land is higher than the land that's on Route 102 where Carrington used to have his vegetable stand? There was a house there?
now we're talking all the way down.
Yeah, but it's like further down, it looks like it's, I don't know, I haven't compared elevations, so.
Well, there's the location of the river, the location of the railroad tracks. Everything changes between down by Carrington's farm stand, which was what was that farm, David owns that parcel.
Oh my gosh,
David
Salinetti?
Salinetti, very good.
Yep.
The Salinetti property. And down by 102. Where we're talking about where,
Yep, there was Salinetti property,
Yeah.
there was hubby's cabins, there was. That's all, it was all down there.
Well, it'd probably be good if you go.
actually at Country Curtains, the floodplain sort of disappeared because Country Curtains was not in the floodplain.
Mhm.
And Hubby's Cabins was not in the floodplain.
No.
Yeah,
because
his cabin's higher in elevation,
Higher in elevation,
but
so,
this land here, is high in the
well, why
front.
don't you do some research?
You guys know what you did.
Well-
I might not have even agreed with any of it or all of it, whatever, I don't know.
Well, you can go onto the floodplain maps too and see for yourself. And we'll check the file.
We'll check up out.
I'll check the file. That's really her job. Like, just bringing it up.
Any other thoughts, questions, concerns?
I do a lot of volunteering.
Okay. All right. If there's no other topics or subjects to discuss, I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting of November 5th, and it is 7:35.
I-
Second.